Welcome to Daddy Bits, your trade idea show hosted by yours truly, the Trading Daddies. I am your host, the Master Crayon Eater, and as always, my amazing co-host.
What's going on? Teflon John here.
Tefleezy, Fosheezy is in the heezy for no beesies. He's a married man. We don't do that. We don't do that around these parts. We don't do that. We don't condone that around these parts.
I don't belong in the streets.
You don't belong in the streets.
I'm not homeless no more.
You're not homeless anymore.
Nope. I have a happy home.
Man, hey John, I feel like the reopening plays are taking a step back a little bit here, my guy.
The market was a roller coaster today. You know, the first half was kind of like somewhat bloody, but it rebounded.
It did rebound. It did rebound. I got spooked and I closed my Tesla position, but I'm up $39.
Was it because of the infrastructure bill?
I believe so.
And the eviction memorandum got extended October 3rd.
October 3rd. So
that's housing
bubble.
That's gonna be a mess.
The housing bubble.
They just keep extending it. Like they just keep buying more time, right?
So this is the housing bubble, right? Let's just pretend that this is the housing bubble, and Congress just keeps on blowing air into it. So it's about to go like this. John, it's about to go like this, and once it pops, short everything.
Hey, you down to invest?
I'm down to invest. I'm down to invest into more AMC. Long Wish. Also, why are you on Wish? I don't understand Wish. I don't get that trade at all. I don't understand trade. Wish I don't get.
No. I was gonna say long ScarJo.
Long ScarJo.
If you're long AMC, then you're long ScarJo.
You're long ScarJo. So we're gonna talk about some stocks that we feel that are going to be or should be in your top 3 stocks, or not even top 10, maybe in your top 10 stocks to watch if it's a stay-at-home situation, since the reopening play is going to take a step back a little bit. So these are the stocks that we want to cover. But before we do that, make sure that you guys hit up our friends over at Bust Down Academy, bustdowninvestments.com. If you don't know how to trade candlesticks, learn how with just a few clicks at bustdowninvestments.com. I got to give myself a hand clap for that rhyme.
If you open up your brokerage and you don't know what you're looking at,
quit. Man, quit. If you also make sure that you hit the subscribe button, hit that post notification bell, give us a nice preemptive thumbs up if you like this content, because if you gave us a thumbs down, John, who are they?
Your mom's a hoe.
Your mom's a hoe. Drop down in the comment section below the stocks you guys want us to cover on our on Daddy Bits. And then with that being said, let's get to it after this intro. All right, before we get to the stocks, let's take a look at some member gains. These are the most notable gains that we've had today. Paco back with a vengeance, $500, and he did squeeze something else towards the end there. I think he had he ended up on a rack.
Yeah.
Good job, Paco. Good job, Paco. Captain Consistency, Matt. Look at Captain Consistency with another $491 banger. This nice. Ube Ruel with 282. Dead Prez 125. Solid gains. If you guys want to learn more, make sure that you guys hit up our friends over at bustdowninvestments.com. We'll get you going and set you up on the right track. But let's get to the stock that we want to talk about. Is a review of yesterday's play, which was Nvidia. John, this chart looks better and better daily.
I like Nvidia, man. I don't know though. I'm so scared of longing Nvidia because it's like overextended, but it keeps going.
It's not overextended. Look at the MACD.
I know it wants to go more. Yeah, it's strong.
It's strong. We had a very interesting day with Nvidia because it did have that initial intraday pop, right? If we take a look at the 5-minute chart, and let's zoom out real quick here, it came out strong. It broke that 200 mark that we know that it's been trying to break for quite some time now, and it just got rejected and faded away and ended up, just trading sideways all throughout the day. Sideways is great, right? Sideways is great because always remember that consolidation is a short seller's worst enemy. And if it was going to drop, it would have already dropped like this right here, right? But the bulls stepped in and wanted to buy a little bit more at a cheap discount right there for Nvidia. And if we take a look at the daily chart, the wedge is alive, John. The wedge is alive on the daily chart. As you can see right here, it's still trying to test that 200 mark. And once we break that 200, I think we're on our way, because it tested it like almost 3 times now. 1, 2, and here's another one right here, and it broke again, rejected.
AMD had some great news today. Wasn't it some partnership with IBM?
Was it partnership? Oh, is it Nvidia or AMD?
No, AMD.
Oh, I'm not sure.
AMD carried Nvidia today. Well, it carried the semiconductor space today.
We're going to talk about we're going to talk about more on Nvidia. But look at this. Reason why for the pop today, Nvidia price target
250.
215.
Was it 250 or 215?
BofA said 250. JP Morgan said 215.
Yeah.
So there's more here. So and this was a review of yesterday's stock that we wanted to pick. Full disclosure, I am in this trade. I picked up the 200 strike for next week's expiration. And I have 2 calls currently, slightly down, $109, but that's because I kind of bought it slightly at the top there. But there's more room here. I feel like there's more room here. This MACD is about to cross up. We're not even overbought on the RSI. There's a lot of room here, John.
I like it. I mean, if it does ever dip to 185, like what we talked about, because that last time it did that, it bounced. Give me a chance to get in. Right.
There might be a scenario where I can close the current calls that I have, get something closer to at the money. And that way I could, capture all the gamma, all the delta that I can get on the way up past 200 if the price target truly is 250. But here's something to note, right? On the daily chart, notice that the Bollinger Band to watch is 206.
Yep.
So there's room all the way to 206. So that might be a scenario where if it ever hits 206, all-time highs is 208. So if ever hits 206, we're going to go to the moon. Yeah.
How?
What do you mean how?
I don't understand Nvidia. It's too much.
It's an interesting stock, right? This is one of the stocks that didn't really act like we expected it to. One thing to note is earnings is coming up. Earnings
a week and a half, right?
In a week and a half. So that's when 8/18.
Yeah.
8/18. You're looking at 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. I might actually extend my calls all the way to the 20th so I could play the run up to earnings,
or
see where that goes.
Get calls the week after the 18th. So do what, the 25th?
That's holding through earnings.
No, but you're gonna sell it before earnings.
No, yeah. A little bit more space, a little bit more time.
Yeah, it gives you more time.
Yeah, it gives more time. Yeah. Remember, always make sure that you guys give yourself ample time. The worst thing about options trading is running into that theta decay. Yeah, and if you guys want to know how to beat theta decay, make sure you guys hit up our friends over at bustdowninvestments.com. We'll teach you guys how. The next stock is from the YouTubes. We have a good one of our viewers, Jose Castellanos, asking about AMD. And this has also been on our radar for quite some time now because AMD's been moving.
This one's too much. It's too strong. It's the chip space.
Oh yeah, the potato chip space. This
for
is
Nvidia right
extended.
I don't understand where all these buying. Look at all these volume for the past 5 days, 5 sessions. It's hitting record volume.
Oh yeah. So
I don't understand. Like me personally, I wouldn't touch AMD. Because personally, I'm just breaking all kinds of rules. Because even though there's buying pressure, I feel like it's extended, man. Just like Nvidia. That's just me personally. Yeah.
I think so. I think so too. I mean, if we're gonna take a look at the technicals here, this is a rocket, and what happens to rockets when they lose fuel? It comes down, right? We're not gonna come down to these levels, but we're seeing a MACD that's just opened up like a whale that just found a bunch of krill, and we have an RSI that's past 80. There's no reason for you to keep chasing this if you are chasing it. Again, but you won't.
So the news that came, sorry to butt in, sorry, the news that came in today that made it pop around 10:30 was that they have a new chip for the MacBook Pros.
That's the reason why.
It's the W6000X, whatever that is. It's probably going to cost you like an arm and a leg, first of all.
That's the reason why, for sure.
These chips are expensive, man.
Dude, they're expensive. These chips are expensive. The main reason why computers are expensive is because the chip and the configurations of the chips inside.
Crazy.
So, I mean, the higher the configuration, obviously, you're going to pay a premium for performance, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why. But I from a technical standpoint, guys, I'm not touching this unless I see something as a short, because this is coming there. I mean, the fact that it got rejected over at 115 tells me that's the new top, right? Yeah. And if a stock hits all-time highs, just remember this, guys.
Do you ever use that general rule of ride it until it breaks the EMA? Because right now that rule applies over here.
No, yeah, I think so. I think it definitely does. Ride it until the EMA breaks if you're in shares. But are you really going to take this much loss right here are you really going to ride it from 112 all the way to 102?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to short it. That's the reason why.
That's strong. It's strong. You just got to be careful on that one.
You really do got to be careful.
Yeah.
We'll definitely see in the weeks ahead, right? But again, these are stocks that John and I take a look at. This is not financial advice. If you guys are following our trades, manage your risk accordingly. And if you guys are winning, give us a nice shout out. If you guys are losing, it's not like we didn't warn you guys. The last stock that we want to talk about that's reporting tomorrow is Roku.
Man, Mama Woods. So I think ARK Invest, their biggest position right now is obviously Tesla, and then I think number 2 is Roku.
I don't get Roku.
I don't understand Roku either. It's like, what's so special about Roku, right? I mean, there's Disney Plus, there's Netflix, there's Hulu.
I think Roku is a hub that houses all those apps. But I think I don't know. I don't understand the platform.
Do you use Roku?
I really don't. Huh?
Do you use Roku?
I have Apple TV.
Oh, okay. See, there you go. Apple TV. I mean, TV. I don't understand why Roku is this much.
I don't get it. This stock is too expensive.
It is
417.
Yeah.
What are they seeing that we're not seeing? Is it a special technology? Maybe.
It's another streaming device. I mean, or streaming hub. Okay.
Yeah, it is. But it's I mean, Morgan Stanley says it's underweight.
What? What are you talking about, man? 417.
But it raises the price target to 325. This doesn't make sense. I hate analysts.
It does not make sense.
I hate analysts.
So for Roku right here, let's look at Roku right here. It closed at 417.80. They are reporting earnings tomorrow after hours. So put that on your calendar. Put that on your alarm. Me personally, I don't trade, especially Roku earnings. It's like an underdog, right? And then for this one right here, the technicals are not lining up. The chart's telling us there's more downside because, first of all, the first support or last support that you have is around 406. Roku is very volatile. It does about 2 or 3%. It can do 2-3% in a day easy. And then the premiums are expensive, first of all, because it's a tech company. So it got rejected cleanly on the 9 today at 44.35-ish. So you got tons of resistance up there. Don't mind the 20 at all, the EMA 20. Obviously that it wasn't even a tipping point. It's at the 9 that the key level of resistance is where you got to watch out for, at the 9 and the 50. It's sitting right in the middle. Obviously, earnings for tomorrow, what you got to watch out for is if Kathy Wood's added.
That's true. That's definitely true. She might let it free fall before adding.
Yeah.
Knowing the way that she does,
I'm bearish on this one.
The dip. Yeah,
you didn't hear that from
this
me.
one too. Look at this from from a technical standpoint. Notice how the EMAs are pointing downwards.
Yeah.
Right. We could see EMA 9 cross over the 20, and I think if that ever happens, that's when I'll enter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait for this confirmation that the EMA 9 crosses below the 20, but this MACD kind of opened up. We still have some more room to the downside in terms of the RSI. But the bottom Bollinger Band is 385.86. There's a lot of room towards there. So if it ever breaks, let's say it breaks support around 406, which is the EMA 50, for sure. I mean, gather all that you can because that's a free fall.
That's it.
That's pretty much it for today's episode. John, any other special trades that you're looking at?
Etsy, they're reporting tomorrow as well. Fastly's reporting tomorrow as well. We do have a busy Thursday. Moderna is reporting. That's going to be huge. Moderna is reporting first thing in the morning, and then you have Square, which is also going to be huge. So you got to watch out for PayPal because they move together. So.
Dude, Moderna is looking juicy, overextendedly juicy.
Yeah.
It's overextendedly juicy.
That's another company I don't know why.
It's hard to touch, dude. It's hard to touch. Like think of Moderna as the rocket ship that got refueled on the way up. But it feels weird to touch Moderna at this point because you don't really know what's going to happen, right? That's why we don't play through earnings.
I'd trust Pfizer over Moderna.
But I don't know. You know why there was my wife was telling me this earlier. The reason why it kind of popped and it kind of made sense to me is because some people were saying that the Pfizer vaccine, there were bad batches that were given to people, but Moderna never got bad batches of the vaccine. It doesn't, dude. That shit doesn't make sense. Weird, right? Weird. We live in a world where anything is probable.
Anything is probable.
Anything is probable. Anything is probable. And that is pretty much it. Just to remind you guys, Bust Down Academy, bustdowninvestments.com. We do have a free seminar for all you guys who are interested tomorrow at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure that you guys ask us how to get in those seminars. Make sure that you follow us on our social media. Follow me at Trading Poppy. Follow John at John C Trades. Trading Daddies for the both of us. TradingDaddies.com for all your news, your merch, right? And with that being said, let's get trading. And remember, guys, that the charts do not lie.